Welcome to the Prosperity RX Podcast. This is pharmacist Keith Abel with your prescription for prosperity. This is a podcast where I give you hope. I show you the path toward building a life of peace and prosperity, to build a life that you don't need a vacation from. Let me ask you, what's the difference between being broke and being poor? Well, it's two different ways of looking at the same situation. No money. Poor is an attitude. It says you can't get ahead and you'll never win with money. Just stay right where you are and sulk in your bad luck forever. Now, broke, on the other hand, is something you're just passing through. Folks, we've all messed up by believing some of the prevailing money myths in our culture. The turning point in your life comes, however, when you're willing to own up, claw your way out, and never live in the lie again. I'll be sharing concepts that I've learned from folks like Dave Ramsey, Robert Kiyosaki, Art Williams, W. Clement Stone, Brendon Burchard, Napoleon Hill, Zig Ziglar, and many other folks. Concepts that I've learned and successfully implemented in my life. These concepts will help you move from having the attitude that you'll never get ahead, that you'll never win with money, the mentality of you're doomed, you're stuck right where you are, and you're sulking in that bad luck forever. These concepts and ideas will help you move toward how you can claw your way out, to move you away from having to live that lie of being poor and hopeless. If you're willing to own up to it, to accept that you do have the power to change your circumstances, and that you're willing to do what it takes, then this podcast is for you. You truly can change your life and start on the true path toward financial peace and prosperity. W. Clement Stone, in his book, The Success System That Never Fails, said, "If you cannot save money, the seed of success is not in you." So let's get on with the show. I want to share with you 8 of the most common excuses for debt that folks use who are up to their eyeballs in debt and are willing to change their situation. Instead of having that temporarily broke mentality, they've got the doomsday woe is me attitude of I'm poor and it's out of my control. And if you find yourself struggling with any of these 8 excuses, my goal in my video series here is to show you how to change your attitude, to change your life, and start on that true path toward financial peace and prosperity. So I'm going to start out by sharing with you the 8 excuses for debt, and then over the next few video posts, I'm going to break those down a little bit and dive a little bit deeper in. The first excuse is the "but I just can't save" excuses. The next one is cars are the exception to debt excuses. And then comes the family comes first excuses. Number 4 is the "I'll do it later" or the "I promise" excuses. Number 5 is the "debt's not so bad, right?" Number 6 is "I earned this." Number 7 is "poor, pitiful me." And then number 8, "no worries, I'm covered." So let's start today with the first one, the "but I just can't save" excuses. You know, some of the attitudes towards debt and savings that people hold when they belong to the "I just can't save" group is, first of all, it's procrastination. They'll say, "I'll save next year when I'm making more money." You know, they may have the attitude of denial. "At my age, it's too late anyway." Or maybe that they got that attitude of desperation, or they say, "Why save money? You can't take it with you anyway when you die." In Dave Ramsey's book, The Total Money Makeover, he breaks the path of financial peace down to 7 baby steps. And these steps are designed to give you little wins along the way that help encourage you and to slowly change the attitude of "what's the point? I can't save anyway," to slowly change it to "maybe this will work. Maybe I can do it." And as you go through his steps and follow the process, those little wins strengthen it to an "I can" attitude. You know, just little by little, eventually I can do this. And we're going to go over those baby steps in a future post. I'll break them all down. But the very first step to winning with money and getting out of debt is to establish an emergency fund. And that's his first step in Dave Ramsey's baby step program. And without this first step, you're not going to accomplish your money goals. The sense of empowerment, the sense of satisfaction that you have, once you've got that emergency fund in the bank, it's amazing. Especially when that first emergency comes up and you realize, wow, I can actually take care of this. I don't have to borrow the money from somewhere else. I don't have to put it on my credit card. I don't have to juggle the bills. I can actually get my car fixed or get that plumbing issue fixed or whatever the emergency was. It doesn't bust your budget, and you don't have the anxiety that you used to get when something did go wrong. Saving for that emergency fund also teaches you to make saving a priority. It gives you the cushion that you need to stop using credit cards and to start paying off debt. Now, depending on how much experience you have at saving money, saving for an emergency fund could be a piece of cake, or it could just feel downright impossible. So, how do you save money fast? Well, first of all, you've got to work with what you've got. You've got to develop a good budget, and you got to cut back on your spending. You may think that this is going to take forever, but within a few weeks of staying at home and eating only at home and sticking to a budget, you'll be well on your way. You can't save any money without creating a budget first. Creating that budget tells you exactly where every single penny goes in your paycheck. You'll see how much money that you actually waste every month. You'll realize just how much you spend on those grande lattes or those convenient fast food lunches or those big gulp sodas every month. Once you see just how much you're wasting, you'll get to that $1,000 emergency fund in no time. Other tricks to get that emergency fund funded that others have done could include some of the following. You could stash away every $5 bill that you receive, or maybe saving all the dollar bills and loose change at the end of the day. That might not add up to $1,000 in a month, but it really can help you get there. You can avoid dining out. That's a very good way of cutting back on expenses. Another one is to use cash when you purchase things. It really helps you to see and feel the money that you're spending. Of course, another one is to bring in more money. And there's several ways to do that. You can sell stuff at a garage sale or eBay, Craigslist, or Facebook Marketplace. Sell stuff to make money and get rid of the things that you don't need at the same time. If you're not up for a garage sale, then sell some of your old gold and silver jewelry. That can make it easy and can actually net you, several $100s fast. If your job allows it, then work some overtime. That's another great way to bring in some extra cash. If that's not an option, consider using some of your skills or talents to earn additional cash by finding a part-time job. Another thing you can do is you can start your own business. For example, you can clean somebody's house for an afternoon, or walk the dogs, or show somebody how to use a computer, teach somebody how to cook, or teach them how to organize their files. Even it seems just like pennies right now, don't take it for granted. And there's some great income tax savings that you get that you're going to have when you start a business, in addition to the income that you'll be bringing in. It all adds up. In fact, this is one of the methods that I've used to generate more cash and save taxes for myself and my family. And of course, if you need an idea of a business to start up, I can show you how you can start a business with no financial investment, no pyramid that requires a monthly auto shipment that costs you money every month instead of creating money, and no selling of lotions and potions or pills or some quick magic diet aid that melts away the inches and minutes and other such scams that you see all over your Facebook and social media feeds. Another way to save money is by making a few phone calls. Make the wise move of cashing out your whole life insurance policies and switching to term. That's something that A.L. Williams talks about all the time. You want to cash out those expensive whole life and universal life policies, and you can get a lot more term insurance for the money. And then whatever cash is available, when you cash out those policies, that's whatever cash is accumulated in them, you can use that to fund your emergency fund. And then you can also use the savings that you're making by switching to term life insurance. That's going to greatly reduce your monthly premium costs, and you can take that money and put that money into the bank account to go towards your emergency fund and eventually start going towards your debt snowball. Additionally, you might be able to save money each month by shopping around for better deals on, like I said, the life insurance, but also health insurance, your homeowners, and your auto insurance. And a lot of people use their income tax refunds to build their emergency fund. That's a good use of this year's refund, but guys, if you're constantly getting large tax refunds, you should change your tax withholding so you bring more money home in your weekly paycheck. And that way there's no waiting for the government to give you the money, and you're not giving the government a free loan. So no matter what method you use or how much money you can dig up, you won't hit a savings goal if you don't picture yourself reaching it. You've got to believe that you can save money fast. Acknowledge you have to do it, and then get out there and do it. Folks, now is the best time to start taking control of your money. I'll be covering many topics to teach and encourage savings and debt freedom. Be sure to subscribe to this video blog. Also go to my blog site, ProsperityRx.com. That's ProsperityRx.com. Or even my podcast of Prosperity RX. And you can find out on many podcast forums like iTunes or Google Play, Stitcher, and other forums. That's Prosperity RX. Anyhow, these podcasts, this blog, this video blog, we're going to be teaching you how to save money, make a budget, pay off your debt, reduce your taxes, and invest for your future. Also, if you want to learn more about how to create extra income, like I mentioned earlier, by starting a home business that requires no startup capital, that has no pyramid, that requires a monthly auto shipment, that costs you money every single month instead of creating money, and no selling of those lotions and potions or pills or the magic juice or the quick magic diet aid that melts away inches and minutes and all those other scammy promotions you hear, visit my website, aimhighforsuccess.com. 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 Jim Rohn once said, in the process of living, the winds of circumstances blow on all of us in an undenying, unending flow that touches each of our lives. What guides us to different destinations in life is determined by the way we have chosen to set our sail. The way that each of us thinks makes the major difference in where each of us arrive. The major difference is the set of the sail. The same circumstances happen to all of us. We have disappointments and challenges. We have reversals in those moments when, in spite of our best plans and efforts, things just seem to fall apart. In the final analysis, it's not what happens that determines the quality of our lives. It's what we choose to do when we have struggled to set that sail and to discover, after all of our efforts, the winds change directions. When the winds change, we must change. We must struggle to our feet once more and reset that sail in the manner that will steer us back towards the destination of our deliberate choosing. The set of the sail is how we think, how we respond, has a far greater capacity to destroy our lives than any challenge that we face. How quickly and responsibility we react to adversity is far more important than the adversity itself. Once we discipline ourselves to understand this, we will finally and willingly control that great challenge of life is to control the process of our thinking. Learning to reset the sail with the changing winds rather than permitting ourselves to be blown in all directions that we didn't purposely choose requires the development of a whole new discipline. It involves going to work on establishing a powerful personal philosophy that will help to influence in a positive way all that we do and that we think and that we decide. If we concede in this worthy endeavor, the result will be a change in the course of our income, our lifestyle, our relationships, and how we feel about the things of value, as well as the times of challenge. If we can alter the way we perceive, judge, and decide upon the main issues of life, then we can dramatically change our lives. Set yourself for prosperity. Get out of debt. Create additional streams of income. And live life to its fullest. That's your prescription for prosperity. Start today.